Hello, ladies, gentlemen, everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome back to Stardom Quest Gold. We are in our special guest host era, like the 2010s Raw, and I am, as always, Alex, and I am joined this week by Velkej. So,
Hello, I am back
yeah,
because of the popular demand because I am the actual draw of this shit.
yeah, we can get the numbers, I'm sure, and make it.
Yeah, sure. We will start counting the listens, and everyone will discover that me as a host is better than, like, I don't know, Peps as a host, guest host rather. I just need to beat
Yeah.
the German. It's fine, just the German. Nothing else matters.
Okay. Well, Peps has a bigger reach, so I don't know.
God
It's
fucking
a
damn
hard,
it,
hard
Peps.
competition. But me and you, we did get the conversation going. Our Discord was very people did not agree with some of what we said, but that was fine.
Yeah,
Don't mind
because
that.
they hate me.
Yeah, well, you do hate Marigold, I guess. Is
Yeah.
that the thing
Yeah,
there?
sure.
You hate it as
Sure.
well?
Sure. Sorry?
You hate Marigold as well?
Yeah. We both hate Marigold, of course.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's not just me that I said that I would probably vote for Sarah as the Rookie of the Year on the women's side
That was pretty nice.
because
You just
that makes
ruined Kazune
sense.
Tanaka though. That was harsh. So I don't
It's
know.
maybe she shoots, like, I don't know, stop sucking.
Well, you know, sometimes wrestlers are just not good. And
Good.
that's okay. But anyway,
Look, I think my claim that if she was not if her name was not Kizuna Tanaka, she would not be a wrestler. I I think that's right. I think that's
yeah,
correct.
I mean, I won't disagree. There's certainly an added benefit when your dad can be like, "Hey, listen, you can just do whatever, and then I'll call Rossi, and you'll have a job." So it's cool, you know.
Yeah,
It's definitely
please
easier.
start debut in some other promotion so you do not embarrass yourself from the start.
Yeah, well, she was that was her Ayumi Kurahara fandom jumping out. That's why she did that.
Yeah, sure. It was not because there was the dojo that would take her in
No,
very easily and
she for
debut her.
sure was a big Kurahara fan, as we all should be. So I like to
Oh,
respect that about kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that will be like what we will excuse her for. What will some other co-host excuse her for years to come?
Um,
I'm shooting. I'm shooting. Pew 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 pew.
we're shooting
Shoot
on
me
Dylan.
here.
He ain't here to respond though.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back with a pipe bomb.
Yeah. I hope so.
Well, head on over to the 5-stardustnetwork.com for all the latest articles and podcasts from the wonderful world of pro wrestling, and head on over to the 5 Star Network YouTube channel, which is where this, as well as shows like Actress Stage and No Limit Wrestling, all go up. I don't think there was much up over the past week, so if you didn't watch the
Um,
No Limit thing, the No Limit thing is good.
the the actor stage, we were combining the October and November show. We plan on releasing the November show as soon as possible. The 2 month combined show as soon as possible. We'll probably do it until within the week, within this week because of the because I would have done. We would have watched the last show that we are missing before, but I had to watch the Tag League shows, so I
All
did
right.
not have time.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fun either way. But
Yeah.
let's get into Stardom.
Yes. Let's
Stardom
do
is
it.
we're starting with Stardom because Marigold's show isn't up, so we cannot talk about it. They have a 3-day delay. It is December. Gotta cut them some slack. So we're gonna go to Stardom. They had no news that I can think of that we won't cover anyway during the review. So we'll just go straight into the action that happened over the past week. We had the final block day of the tag league and a semi-final slash quarterfinal show. You had some kind of takeaways from these two
Yep.
shows, and I'll let you just get them in.
So, just one big business or slash economic take is that Stardom did their best November ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket sale wise, they did an incredible number and never ever have anyone tell you differently that that the 905 59 or something like that in
Yeah.
Osaka is anything short of incredible, because it is incredible. If you go and look at either the other promotions performances or Stardom specifically, Osaka is outside of Korakuen. Osaka Edion number 2 is the second best indicator of how promotion is doing in Japan. At the start of 2024, which is just before Rosei Ogawa was fired, Stardom did double shot in Osaka for their anniversary show, and they did 290 and 299. This
Wow.
week they did 959, which is almost 4 times as much as the number they did almost 2 years ago. And basically anyone doing more than 600 in that building is doing really well.
Mm.
The numbers between Osaka and Tokyo are very different. There's like 1000 in Korakuen is really well, 600 in Osaka Edion number 2 is really well, because those are like the big indicators outside of the bigger venues. And if you look at Stardom, they basically slowly but surely grew up. And this is like one of those things that tells you that Stardom is doing something right, because they are drawing for a tag league show. No titles on the line, just a tag league KO round just before the block, just before the block finals. And on another note, Stardom will for sure break 100,000 tickets, and they will be the only non-New Japan promotion after pandemic who will do so this year, because they already have 95,000, and they will do at least 2,000 in each Korakuen. They have 2 in December, and they will for sure do more than 3,000 in Sumo Hall. So
Yeah.
they have like the 100,000 mark in calendar year in the bag. So Stardom is doing really well. Everything what they are doing is working for the ticket buying audience.
Yeah, I saw that like 900 in Osaka Edion, and I was like, that is absurd. Because I remember, wasn't Noah? I think they ran like a big show there once. Maybe it was like the final of the N1 or something, and they did 900, and I was like, I didn't know the venue could sit that many. So for Stardom to get that is insane. You know, I don't know the Joshi numbers off the hand. I don't think many companies run Osaka anyway. And usually they run the 176 box anyway. Yeah, if they do. So God knows when the last time a Joshi promotion got that number in Osaka, number 2. You know, that's
I
just kind of
think
crazy.
we would have to go like to, if Oz ever did it,
Yeah.
like probably there's possibility. I
It's always
don't.
Oz. The answer to every Joshi
Yeah,
attendance question is always Oz
it's
Academy
Oz.
somehow. It's kind of
It's
crazy.
Oz.
Yeah.
So it's possible that Oz could have done something like this if
Yeah.
they did some title match or something big in Idiom number 2. Otherwise, you'd have to probably go back to Gaia.
Yeah, for
So yeah,
sure.
like literally 20 years ago. So like it's it's not just the big shows that Stardom is drawing. It's also the smaller shows. They
Mhm.
had like very weird schedule for the tag league though. So they choose some weird buildings from time to time. Like there were some
It's
really small buildings under 300 venues which were sold out, but like there's still just under 300 people in that building. I don't know if when they were booking the buildings, they thought that they would not have the drawing power to do so. I guess so, but I think this year probably surprised them in the totality of how well they were doing. So
yeah, well, they hit up a lot of like rural spots. I don't know if those places even have good venues unless you're getting a basketball arena, and even then, that's probably a lot of hassle to
yeah,
get the seats
basketball.
right. So
The basketball arenas are usually bigger, and I don't know if it's not like a basketball season right now there or something like that. So it's like the sports in this in late November, early December probably are like weirdly like doing a lot of things there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports person, so I don't know how the
Well,
seasons work in
even
Japan.
if I did, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I would know the Japan schedule for basketball. Can't say I've ever come across the league. No, and they wouldn't run soccer fields. I do know the soccer
Yeah, yeah.
schedule, but they wouldn't run those. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to find venues kind of out there. I know that was always the AJW strategy, was like run, basketball halls and whatever, where the men's promotions don't go, and just kind of build your foothold there. So, if they're getting any sort of presence in these places, I think that's really the main thing. Because, you're gonna run a pay per view in Hachioji, but you can guarantee a few hundred people show up. I think you'd be pretty
Yeah.
happy. So,
The I think they successfully did make Hamamatsu into their town though.
yeah,
The
yeah, the
the
final.
venue looked like really filled as well
Yeah, I
for
think,
the finals.
didn't they do like Act City and they did 900 there as well recently? I remember they did like a
Uh,
Hamamatsu Act City show and I was blown away
they
by the
they
numbers.
did another 1,000 for the 5-star
Yeah,
in
that was it.
the Act City. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I remember being like, that's crazy for Hamamatsu. So yeah,
Yeah.
they've kind of established that as well. So
I think they are like outside of New Japan, who did 1,700. So like we are like right now like more than half of New Japan drawing for G1,
wow,
G1 with Konosuke Takeshita main eventing against Ren Narita.
sounds fun.
Yeah, no, You could not pay me to watch that.
I don't know.
But
I
like,
thought Ren
yeah,
Narita was good. So
yeah.
that's kind of what I
So
got told.
and they did more for either of these shows than New Japan did for a Road to show with Sam Bishamon versus and Alice Parra versus Bullet Club War Dogs, and like in spring. That was
All
the
right.
New Japan Road to Sakura Genesis. So like New Japan ran the Hamamatsu twice, 2 times a year, and they did 1,700 and 900, and Stardom ran it 3 times and did 600 in spring, then 1,000 and 1,000 for 5-star and for the tag league finals.
Wow.
So like right
Dave
now,
Meltzer's gonna
Stardom,
shortchange Saya Kamatani in the awards, and he should be shot. Like
yeah,
I don't want to single handedly claim this is all Saya Kamatani, but I mean, most signs point to it being Saya Kamatani.
yeah,
She
they
is runaway women's wrestler of the year. Should be talked about in Flair Thez, except for Mystico. Obviously, I think he'll probably win Flair Thez. But like, yeah, Saya's doing shit that no other woman really is. Because even I don't really remember WWE's numbers, but I feel like their women are never the draw people claim them to be, except for like Sasha Banks a few times. I don't
yeah.
think Rhea is like a
Ronda,
full draw.
probably Ronda. You can
Yeah,
probably say that Ronda was a draw
Ronda.
for like non wrestling fandom,
Yeah,
specifically female fandom. So like she probably got some women who would never watch wrestling to watch wrestling because she
yeah.
was on wrestling TV. But otherwise, I don't think like women in WWE do numbers, like actually do numbers. And
Sometimes
this
it's a
is
small bump, but it's never
yeah.
this noticeable.
And this is like full women's promotion, and they will draw 100,000 ticket sales
Hmm.
a year in country much smaller than USA, and without any TV, with TV presence, but not dedicated TV show for them.
Yeah, that's true.
So they had TV presence, but just by Saya Kamitani. So basically, Saya Kamitani is their TV presence. So
Yeah,
like if anyone both Stardom and Noah went hard for their one guy, and their one guy delivered with like
yeah,
supporting cast of characters in Stardom, specifically Starlight Kid, who was able to do other stuff throughout the most of the year until she lost the title and had to do stuff, and Sauriano and Natsupoi, who were like strong supporting characters for Sayaka Mitani as well.
All right. Well, let's get into the action though. Unless you have anything more to say.
No,
About
business
the
wise, nothing more.
Okay, that's cool. So the final show of Tag League was on the 30th of November. This did, as we mentioned before, 1,026 fans, a sellout in Hamamatsu. We opened with a Blue Goddess representative semi-final. Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara beat Hanako and Megan Bain in just under 11 minutes. Aya pinned Hanako with the Sakurachi to get the win. You know, this is one of those under the radar stories that Stardom has been telling throughout the year, and you can argue with the pacing. I won't argue with anybody on the pacing, but Hanako was beating Aya and Kurara kind of like a drum for a little bit there. And so for them to best her for the new blood belts and then to best her here, I think it was a big win for Aya. She's kind of been they're kind of really trying to make Aya versus Hanako into something, and I think they've done a good job of that over the past few months of making her rise and overcome Hanako in a meaningful way. And I think, as far as semifinals go, it doesn't really hurt to, you know, pay off a story on a show like this. That's kind of why people watch. So I thought the match was mostly okay. Like it was just Megan and Hanako kind of bullying them until the flash pin. But I did like that Aya got the win, and I liked the little bits of kind of intensity we got between Aya and Hanako.
Okay, so I love this match. You probably know why, because it's two tall women beating up two small women. I love those kinds of matches. And I have to say, I wrote you that I have a take about Megan Bain. And I think the Megan Bain is the best giant in Japanese women's wrestling since Awesome Kong. And I do not really have proper way how to measure her against the Awesome Kong, because from what I have seen from Awesome Kong years ago, it's going to be almost like 7-8 years ago, when I was like going and devouring everything I was able to get my hands on. I loved everything I saw from her.
Yeah.
But I have basically right now seen more Megan Bain in Japan than I have ever seen Awesome Kong in Japan before. So I think that Megan Bain, if she gets another 1.5 tour, another half and 1.5 specifically, because 2 is too much, but if she comes back at least twice more for extended tour, at least 3 months, she's going to be better than Awesome Kong, and probably will be like one of the best giants in women's wrestling since the like 80s or 90s. Because what she can do and how over she is with this crowd. I know that you have probably not watched the non tag league matches on Osaka, for example. Megan is there in like some and the whole crowd is going with everything Megan does, like everything, whatever she does, the crowd is with her and are like cheering her, enjoying whatever she does. And another bit is that because this is my hope, I hope that Shota retains the IWGP title against Sayaka Mitani. I know that we differ in this, and we have said that it's all about Sayaka Mitani, has been this year. So it doesn't really make sense for her to lose in the Dome, but whatever. I hope that she does lose in the Dome. And I want to see Shuri versus Megan for IWGP title. Because on the Kyoto show, they had a match against each other. They were in a tag match against each other, and their bits with and against each other were incredible. Shuri did the most beautiful satellite DDT she has ever done to anyone, because Megan is able to base for her. Megan is able to take it, and Megan will sell anything Shuri does to her as death. She is like one of those. Remember when you said that she needs to unlearn bad habits from U.S. Indies last year or 2 years ago, basically.
After the time match,
Yeah, she did. She is as giving as you can be while still retaining aura of the monster, of the giant. She basically sold for Shuri, made Shuri look like a world beater. And at the same time, she still is a giant and still is as over as possible. And their encounter in the match was like one of the best stuff I have seen this tag league. And similarly, on the final day, there was a bit where where Hanako got thrown out of the ring, and then Megan threw a diving spear between the ropes at her because like Aya Kurara dodged her spear that was coming at them, and
Yeah.
like she basically went through the ropes and flew at Hanako, and I'm like astounded that she is not the world champion AEW. I don't understand it. Like this woman is fucking. Why would you not belt this woman? Like why would you not have her like as one of your top stars? I don't understand. Probably because she cannot promo. I don't really care.
I think her promos are good. I thought she had a few with Tony Storm, and they were both cutting good promos, but I can't really remember. But you don't have to sell me on Megan Bain. I was one of the people championing her before she even arrived in Japan. Like I was out here watching Beyond Wrestling just for her. She has always been the truth, and she just gets better and better. And kind of US TV experience is gonna refine her even more. And the only person who would probably kind of stand out as another kind of big foreign monster is probably Haley Hatred. She'd probably be
Yeah,
your
yeah.
closest kind of competitor, and even that's a big kind of sign of respect to Bane because everybody loves Haley Hatred. Like
I
anybody who's ever watched her is a big fan.
I I think Megan is better than Haley.
Probably, yeah.
I,
I think
I
Haley has probably though she had more of a run. She was kind of
yeah.
doing more
She had
stuff.
more
Kind of,
matches in Japan than Megan.
yeah,
Even though I think you'd be surprised how many matches Megan already had
yeah,
in
that's true.
Japan
Was there for
compared
a
to
while the first time,
yeah. The first time was like what, half a year?
pretty much. Yeah, 4 or 5 months.
So that's 50 matches.
Yeah,
50 matches, and now like 30 matches probably possibly will be, or 20, 30. That's 80 matches. That's 3 years in USA. Because if you get 30 matches on US TV, you're getting a lot.
yeah.
So like I think if she is not leaving after the if she is not leaving, is she on the card for the Korakuen?
Um, let me check. No, she's not.
She's not. Okay, so
Yeah,
she's
she's
leaving.
gone.
Yeah. Unless she's joining EXV, just like officially as the X,
That would be weird.
it would be. But still, if she's leaving, so then she's leaving with like what, 20 matches or something like that. So
Yeah.
this is like 70 matches in Japan. So yeah, Haley Hatred is still ahead of her, I think. But note that I think Haley has maybe like 150 or something like that. So
Yeah, she was like based in Ice Ribbon for 2 years and JWP
yeah,
before that. So she had like 3 full years basically of working Japan. So
yeah. The Haley Hatred is probably the best shout.
yeah. But even that, like even still, that is still a big sign of respect to
Yeah,
Bane. Because if you've ever seen Haley Hatred, just
she
incredible.
rules.
Yeah,
She
incredible.
rules.
Really let down by the era she was in, unfortunately, like a lot of talented women that I've
Yeah,
seen.
yeah.
But that was our first match. We then got on to Natsuko Tora and Rocca beating Bozilla and Akira Kuragane. Tora actually beat Bozilla in 10.5 minutes with it says just a necklock, which I think is funny. Which I think is a nice kind of thing of like Akira being the one to win the league match that sent them through.
Yeah.
Or was it the knockout match? Either way, Akira won like the important match and Bozilla
The
lost
last two,
in
the
the
last two important matches. Yeah.
okay. So like Akira got those, and then Bozilla is the one who sends them out. Considering the story they've told all tournament is Bozilla not wanting to team with Akira I think it was a good end to their kind of thing of like Akira leveling up and being the one to step up for the team, and Bozilla was the one who got them sent home. And there's kind of there's no issue with her losing because they protected her. They did the miss, the belt shot or the box shot, like they did everything to protect Bozilla there. But I still think it's kind of a nice way to end that story for Bozilla and Akira.
Yeah, because it's not Akira's fault that they lost the semifinals, so it's fine in the end. It doesn't cancel the story that they have told. So basically, the booking supported the storytelling that they did, which is one of the things that like I think people have criticized Stardom about. That the stories do not fit everything. So
Yeah.
I think this time they did right for the story.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this is a nice way to end it, to send them out of the tournament.
The match was nothing
Yeah,
completely.
it was like two matches in one because Akira would just get bullied by BMI, and then Bozilla would just bully BMI on her behalf. So that was kind of it. It was kind of fun.
And it was I don't know. I don't vibe with Bozilla and Akira as a team, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not. They're not who I would have sent through, but that's all right. Next match was Waka Tsukiyama and Rian beating Konami and Rina in 57 seconds when Waka rolled up Rina. This was just an angle to set up the post-match stuff, which was the return of Maika, who immediately got into the face of hate, made them stand down, said, "Saya, I am coming for your belt," and immediately reestablished herself as the top babyface in Stardom. Uh, Very epic return. Very happy to see Maika back. I think, her presence as top babyface was missed, and now we've got her back, and she immediately reminded us of kind of just how well her push has worked out for Stardom, because she really felt like a big deal immediately.
The promo, oh my god, I did not understand anything outside of her criticizing Rian, and Vaka about trying. How much they try, but not succeed, or something like that. Like there was a point about that, and because she was shouting at Ngambare and something like that. And it's like I have not read it because like I wanted to feel it. Just the I was hyped. I
Yeah.
wanted to run through a wall after she was done shouting. I was like, yes, this is my baby face. This is leader of the faces. And she basically followed up from her interview she did in Tokyo Sports, I think, where she was talking about how. And by the way, that's the point that everyone else brought, I think, as well. Kurara also brought it in the closing promo of the show as well, with saying how Stardom is now black, as in every belt is around Hate's waist. Basically, what only Future and New Bloods are anywhere but Hate. So it's like so, and IWGP, but I don't count that. So everyone like all the titles are on Hate, and they need a push. They need to push back against the Hate now. So and Maika said that in the promo that they will get the titles back, all the titles back from her, from Hate. So and she will lead the. And I don't know. Like, do you think anyone else could have like done this kind of promo? Do you think anyone else has the ability to do this kind of promo to stand up for the whole half of the roster, rather more than half of the roster, for the babyface half of the roster, and like fight for them against the heels?
Most people haven't really had the chance, so I wouldn't rule out Hanan maybe doing it. Kid definitely couldn't. That's not really her style, but Hanan probably could. But she's never really given much of a chance to talk on the microphone, so it's hard to really get where she's at. But there's not many who'd be as believable as Maika because they haven't really been invested in as much. Maika can say what she's saying because Taro pushed her hard out of the gate to make her almost his Okada of like she's unstoppable. She might not be world champion, but she is still the unstoppable figure at the center of this promotion. So Other people, promo wise, might have been able to manage it, but I don't think they would have had the believability that Maika has.
Yeah. It really, as you said, the Maika's push really worked out. So, and the promotion right now needs faces who can do stuff like this because, like, what the Natsupoi tried when she had the program against Saya, and she did the she did the sorry bit with the phony heel stuff,
Yeah.
which I guess, but that doesn't really work within kayfabe of the promotion. Kind of works, but she, I don't know. But I am not Natsupoi fan, so what can I say?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm a fan, so I'm hoping she is able to defeat. But like this kind of promo would have worked. Saori is able to do this kind of promo, I think, but it would have to come like after a specific kind of angle for
Yeah.
her. While Maika can just randomly run into a ring after Hate gets an upper hand and shout into the microphone. And by the
Yeah.
way, she was completely like she flowed incredibly well. She was like not trying to think about what she's saying. She knew what she was going to say when she ran out, and she said it. Like it was like really well done. Like I can recommend to anyone, even though you do not understand Japanese, as I don't understand Japanese. Just go back and listen to the promo whenever the show comes onto the Stardom World, and like the fire she is able to get into the promo. I don't there are not many people as like believable face as Maika is. Like this kind of fighting babyface ace energy as Maika right now has. It's really good.
Yeah, and they also set up an Artist of Stardom title match, which we will preview on the preview. On the preview later. We then got on to Suzu Suzuki beating Lady C and Emma Mishima in just under 5 minutes. Suzu pinned Emma, kind of just a whatever match that gave Suzu a win after her tag league was so disrupted. The match was fine, but it didn't really do much else.
I have not watched this. I skipped this to be able to get into the important stuff.
That's fair. Okay. Azumi, Meisar, and Miyu Masaki beat Teo Teklo, Osita, and Kikyo Furusawa in 5 minutes. Azumi beat Furusawa with the Azumi Zushi.
Awesome, great. Let's go on.
Okay.
There's nothing. There's nothing to say outside of that DLM bear bust for the tag league. It
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Well, we then got on to, I think, one of the better matches. Tomoka Inaba, Kyoko Kotatsu, Hina, and Amisore beat Yuria Hime, Momokogo, B. Priestley, and Saya Ida. Tomoka beat Yuria to get the win in the end, but the main focus was Amisori and Saida. They went in and did their Hoss off, and it was very, very good. And this was just a good high action match. Apart from some of the bits with Kotatsu, I thought her kicks were very light. Would have expected more from her, but everybody else did their part.
You would have expected more from Kotatsu. Have you not learned?
So yeah, usually her kicks are her strong suit, but even Ida couldn't
Uh,
get them.
she was planning on to watching the premiere of the movie she was in, so it like premiered today or something like that. She
All
she
right, that's
posted
cute.
she posted her herself with a bucket of popcorn. So
Mhm.
good for her. But yes, the Ami versus Said I think is awesome,
Yeah.
and I'm really looking forward to the Korakuen Hall show because that match is going to rule.
For sure. And that was what was set up post match. Konami attacked both of Sore and Ida, sprayed spray paint in their face, and said, "Hey, how about you guys wrestle the Korakuen? I will defend at Ryogoku Sumo Hall against the winner." With that went the dream that I thought of Hanan coming back and challenging Konami. So not sure what the story is there with Hanan.
Yeah, she's not on posters. We talked about it with each other before, and it's like, so we both kind of assumed that the write-off was kayfabe just to get her uh, a way how to challenge Konami for the title. She was winning later in a month between like her write-off and Konami winning the title from Starlight Kid, so she could have challenged for the Sumo Hall show. And unless it's like something really weird where like Hate runs in and d- DQs the match, and Hanan is inserted as the third into the match or fourth, so you have a four-way or something like that, which would be weird. I don't think. I think we are getting a singles match, and we are getting like a winner from this number one contendership match, and Hanan is hurt, probably more hurt or sick or something like that, and she cannot compete at least until Osaka, which is at the end of January. So I can see her coming back for Osaka, even though it's not her hometown or something like that, but it's still basically anniversary show. But she's not on the poster, so but on the poster are only people from Kansai, so from the region, like from the local, only local people are on the poster. So it makes sense that she would not be on the poster. So I don't know, but I can see like Konami, like Ida winning in the Korakuen, Ida versus Konami in the Sumo Hall, and then Hanan saving Ida from like beat down at the Sumo Hall or something like that, and challenging Konami at the Osaka.
Okay.
Do you think that would work?
I guess it would definitely be weird to do it that way. Like that's not how I would do it, but I wouldn't hate it. No, maybe Hanan is just properly injured and they're going to do a Sore switch and then they do Sore versus Hanan or something. I wouldn't mind that. Um,
I
yeah, I was just
think,
mostly surprised that she didn't come back to be the Sumo Hall challenger.
yeah, yeah. It seems like she's really actually hurt, and it's not just kayfabe.
Yeah. I don't know though. I mean, Ida, I think getting the to step up in her absence is cool. Even though I would imagine Ami Sourei gets the nod. She's also been at odds with Hate. Kind of, I said this as soon as she came back. Her
Yeah,
comeback match isn't against Hate for no reason, and they've kind of built on that all year. So I think she's a very good challenger for Hanan if that's the direction they go in.
they really did well, because I think both challengers have like a chance. The Ida side is that they are like they are both from basically the same generation
Yeah.
of the Stardom of the Stardom roster, and it would have been seen as a reward for Ida,
Mm,
who toiled in the mid card or undercard for years, and now, because uh, the secondary title is not supposed to be a drawing title on this show. It's Saaka Mitani. You can do whatever you want with the white belt right now.
yeah.
So you can reward someone who was as hardworking as Ida with the semi-main event in the Sumo Hall, because it doesn't really matter, especially if the semi-main event in the Sumo Hall leads directly to your future phase of the company, Hanan coming back, saving Ida from the beatdown, and then challenging for the anniversary show, which is also important because it's the anniversary show in Osaka, which you have to do and build stuff from the Sumo Hall show directly, and you have to have hot stuff. And Konami beating Hanan down to send her home, and then Hanan coming back, saving Ida from the beatdown, is as hot as it comes. And on the other hand, you have Ami, who came back to feud with Hate, and Konami betrayed God's Eye, betrayed, and she feuded with Ami Sourei. I think did she feud with Ami Sourei or with Mirai? That was the Mirai stuff.
Um, well, I know she had a title match with Mirai, so I would imagine she
Yeah,
did.
it was the Mirai stuff, but she betrayed God's Eye, And Amisora is the second in God's Eye because she was the second founding member with Shuri. So there's also that angle. So it's like it's hate spoiling Ami's return plus the Konami betrayal of Shuri and whatever being Shuri's thorn in the side the last 2 years is also a good bit for this number one contendership match. So I like that number one contendership match a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, like
Yeah.
a lot. It's really good.
Yeah,
Like
no,
both
it's
of them
well
can
booked.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fact both of them could win realistically is great. And I like number one contenders matches. I think more companies should do them in Japan. I think they'd be pretty good. Yeah, that's an interesting direction for the white belt, and that's one of the bigger progressions we got on this show. We then got into another storyline. Natsupoi and Yuna Mizumori beat Sari and Miku Kanai in 9.5 minutes. Potentially the match of the night, depending on your tastes. I thought this was a very, very good tag match. They did a very small bit of the Sari Natsupoi thing, which is kind of Sari's usual gimmick at this point. But they kind of gave us a nice taste of what Natsupoi versus Sari could be. But they've also kind of set it in the direction where you could just do a tag on that December show, because Sari has kind of built her story with Unimon as well. So I'm interested to see what direction they go in, because they could do a singles match or they could include Yuna Mizumori in that, and I think it would be just as good. So yeah, this was a nice teaser of what we could get later.
As I was really pressed for time, I had to skip this. So my only thing that I want to say about this, please scroll up in the chat and look at the Miku Kanai's photo.
I was wondering what that was for. Yes.
Yes, this is for this. And look at her boots. Look at the color of the boots and compare the color of the boots to the color of the gear.
Yeah.
Different shade of blue. And now you and everyone who listens to this podcast have learned the cursed knowledge that I have been forced to learn, and now I cannot unsee this: that her boots are different shade of blue than the rest of her gear, and I cannot stand that because I am weird like that. So there's that. Otherwise, I really loved the Sari versus Sari and Miku Stag League run. I have enjoyed it immensely because I really like Miku Kanai. So
Yeah.
because
She's
actress
good.
lore, this match is basically actress lore.
Yeah, Natsupoi works so well with anybody who's ever been an actress. She was throwing Kanai around like crazy.
Yeah. And I would like to push back against the even me who did not like that Miku was the one who beat Sauriano. That's another
Crazy.
long term story. And she beat her by. Have you seen the match?
No.
So Sari gave her Uranage, and then Miku hit the Mikmik knife, the triple roll up thing. So Sari was protected as much as she can be. Basically, she got hit by a finisher and then rolled up. And Miku Kanai's and Sari's personal story is that Miku wanted to leave Actress Girls after watching Saori in Oz Academy and seeing how her senpai, someone who started in actress, was able to be someone very different outside of actress, and that she also can do this. That's why she left the actress.
Oh, I see.
That's why if you remember on Sarism, that was one of the build matches.
Yeah.
And then like they did the boy match instead because Saori was hurt or something like that.
It was the other way around,
ill.
I think.
Oh, sorry?
Was it not the other way around?
No. Saori was supposed to be the match.
Oh, right. Okay.
And instead they did the boy match and then did the Saori match.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like the story. That's the story that Miku wanted to be Saori, basically. And now she beat her by roll up. I don't like it, but I'll take it as a story at least. Like at least it works like a story as well as that. Sadly, as I said, I was unable to watch it because I ran out of time.
Yeah, that'll happen. Our next match then was Suri and Rani Agami beating Sayaka Matani and Azusa Inaba in just under 10 minutes. Suri pinned Inaba with the flowing flame, and they did a good bit of Suri Saya tease stuff here. Their build is definitely different to Ano versus Saya, but it's kind of the usual Suri fare of like, let's kind of work snug. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you, that kind of stuff, and it works. You know, people are gonna be into that match regardless. I will get on Saya's case for one spot that felt very bad at Julia Core when she took a head kick, started to fall, and then screamed and no sold, and I was like, please don't.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds bad. I would
it was
probably
bad.
throw something at the screen. Yeah.
It was something Julia would do, and Julia,
Yeah.
I loved Julia, but sometimes she could do shit that made you just go, "Why? Why are you doing this?" So yeah, Kamatani did that here with one of the head kicks, and I was like, okay, sure. But everything else they did was good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I can imagine that same issue as the previous match.
yeah,
I was literally finishing the show 10 minutes before we started recording. So
that's crazy. You're turning into Dylan already. Um, but we had the final of the Goddess of Stardom 2025 League. Sayaka Kurara and Aya Sakura got the surprise win over Natsuko Tora and Roka in 17 and a half minutes. Kurara beat Tora with a roll up. There was a lot of flash pins on this show. They were afraid to do any proper finishes, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody saw the secondary tag champions winning tag league, particularly not against the actual tag champions. Like that is a very interesting move to make. And the match, I think they held back in because they have to run this back. Obviously, it's been made official for Sumo Hall. So they did like a good match, but they left all the great stuff for December. But yeah, I thought it was a good match, and I was very surprised by the result. You know, I know they like Carrara, but 2 tournaments in the 1 year is a pretty big indicator there that she's going to be a big deal.
that's a Hanan push.
Yeah,
At least like Hanan got Kura didn't get out of the block play, right? In 5-star. She did not.
no,
No, she did not. So basically she is better tag wrestler than a singles wrestler.
yeah,
And they both Aya and Sayaka need each other to defeat Hanako, which was the
mhm.
previous match. And without each other, they cannot beat Hate. They are not able to. Or rather, did Kurara beat Natsuko in their singles
Yeah,
match?
she did.
She did. She
She
did.
beat her.
Yeah.
She beat Kamatani.
Yeah. So she can. So she can defeat Hate, but Aya cannot without Kurara.
Yeah,
Probably. That's the path I wanted to take. I think the match was longer than it needed to be, but but what I like is that they chose the best options for the finishing pair. I
yeah,
think choosing Natsuko and Kurara to do the last 5 minutes of the match, which was basically since the last tag in, was the right decision to do because
yeah,
because Ruaka has some fans who support her, and I think the unequivocal support for Kurara was needed in this match. I have enjoyed this match. I don't think I will ever remember it ever again
yeah,
after this podcast, but I think it was good.
yeah.
Not very good, just good. I don't think I need to see them ever again doing 17 minutes match. I think 12 minutes is very good for this pairing.
Mm.
I don't want them go longer in Sumo Hall.
It probably won't. I don't think they'll get
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. I think
Um,
12 minutes is right. Is correct time for them. No.
yeah. You know, there's a very interesting thing brewing. Because a few months ago, Cosmic Angels were kind of aimless. Like they lost a few title matches and they were kind of just there. And now going into Sumo Hall, you have Ano in the world title match. You have Kara and Aya winning tag league to be in the tag title match. You have Natsupoi in a special match with Sari, most likely. You know, it's for a faction that after was it the Sapporo Rendezvous show, felt
Yeah.
like they were just kind of there and losers. They're really coming together again at the end of the year, which I'm kind of interested by.
The thing was that Saori was booked very strongly throughout the 5-star. Basically,
Yeah.
since Kid kicked her in the butt and told her, "Fuck your depressive states, like fight me. Everyone wants to fight you. Everyone likes you. Everyone thinks you're awesome. Just fight me," and then defeated her because like that's how you do it. Saori was booked relatively strongly. She got out of the block play, so she was strong throughout the 5-star. And I think both her and Boy were strong going into the later year as well. I think basically it was we lost our leader. We tried to like defend her and her legacy like early as soon as possible, as it was possible, like the anger and the passion in defending her and fighting for her. And then we lost because it was not fighting for ourselves but for her, and now we are fighting for ourselves because she's gone and we have moved on. So it's like kind of lesson. I think if you are on the Tam road, that's what probably is the lesson and the story there. And as the most prominent Tam lore scholar in the fucking world, I think I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's like I think it makes sense for them to be aimless after being beaten, because they have to lick their wounds and like try to rebuild back. Maybe it's not on the screen, but it's in the booking, and I think I liked a lot what they did with Saori, like losing since Saya like made them lose in the tag league. She's been on the losing streak, and now like Poi is basically undefeated, but like Saori is losing while going into the big title match, and Poi is like looking at her. Okay, so she's losing, but she's going into the title match, and what I'm doing, and Saori is like poking the bear and saying, "So you need some big one. You need the big one. You can't face me. You need the big one." And we will see what the big one is. So I'm really, as I said, I think the tag league as a storytelling device was a success. I think Sakura and Kurara going into the finals as a new blood tag champs and defeating the actual tag champs, and now going for like the basically the triple crown of the tag champ of the tag teams, which is the tag league, the new blood, and the actual goddesses tag championships. It's like a good bit for like the actual push of the tag team. I don't think the actual push of the people in the tag team is as strong as it maybe looks. I think a lot of people are making a lot about Kurara's push, and I think she's pushed as much as you can, not more. I think there are people who are pushed more and more strong. Hanako, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kurara deserves this push more than Hanako deserves her push. Well, also I'm the Hanako fan, not Kurara fan, because I can admit stuff. And I hope, I don't know, do you think they are going to win the titles in the Sumo Hall?
No, probably not. Be pretty insane.
So you think that neither of the heroes are losing the titles in Sumo Hall?
I guess not.
Because that's what you are saying.
Yeah, that just seems like something you can
That
do.
seems like a big downer of a show.
Taro loves it. This is shit. You gotta have the.
Those are some big balls. Those are some big fruits to have all your heel champs win into your second biggest.
See, I think Ami. Well, I have Ami beating Konami, so I guess that
You have
would
Ami beating Konami. Okay, yeah,
be a big one.
okay. That's a huge one. Yeah.
So I
That's a
think
huge
that's all
one.
right. And
Okay.
BMI can drop eventually, but they've kind of made them into like weird Korakuen draws, so you probably want to stick with them for a bit. But yeah, I don't know.
You know that they are actually the best drawing tag champs of all time in Stardom.
Good, as they deserve. I've been, I told people you push Raka, and she will be the best of the best. And I am.
That's awful. That's horrible. They are better draws than Thunder Rock.
Yeah, that's fine. Who needs Thunder Rock? People don't know ball. It's fine. But anyway, we have one show to preview: a Stardom Nighter 2025 in Korakuen. We have that's on Monday, December 8th. We start with match 0, which is Emma Mishima versus Yuki Mashiro. Kind of a random match to book. I won't watch it. I don't do pre-show matches. They don't count. So
Good on you.
the actual show opens with a double return. Matoi Hamabe takes on Ane
Hell yeah!
Kanaya.
Hell yeah!
Big one. I've
High five. High five. Both of our girls are returning. My girl, Hamabe, your girl, Kanaya. I hope it's a draw. I hope it's a 10-minute time limit draw.
It will be.
It should be.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Kanaya back though. She was getting good stuff out of pre-good Hanako, so I'm kind of amazed to see what she can do.
I am really looking forward to what Mato is going to do, because
Yeah.
I was I was buying the stocks very early. I was really high for Mato, and I'm really hoping she comes back strong and there are no injury issues coming back. So really crossing my fingers for that.
All right.
And hype for the match itself.
Yes, oh for sure. Azumi Meiser and Miya Masaki take on Lady C, Tomoka Inaba, and Kikyo Furusawa. Azumi will probably just beat Kikyo again, I guess. It's very
the Kikyo Furusawa tour through all the units continues.
Yeah, fun times.
That's the underlining story which is not told.
Yeah, I guess because people just kind of do everything, I guess.
Unless I don't think she's pointing that out on her social media, because she has now teamed with basically all the units.
Oh, that's cool.
She has teamed with Saya. She fought against Saya, and this is Golsai. So I think unless I'm mistaken, I don't remember if she teamed with some star combo. Probably did. So yeah. So I think she's this is basically her going through this before choosing the unit. But nobody's telling that story unless she is telling that story on her social media.
I haven't seen. Hazuki and Koguma take on Momokogo and Yuria Hime. This is the first time FWC have faced stars since Hanan.
Yes, that's very funny.
Yeah. All right.
Do you think it's just because that's the only thing they could book, or is this or Hana is not looking?
I think they just don't care about Momokogo as equally as they don't care about FWC, so this just fell into their lap.
You need ditch diggers. We were talking about that.
Yep.
And Momokogo is as much a ditch digger as you can get.
That's true. We have a very good looking match. Natsupoi, Unimizumori, and Ayasakura take on Sari, Chichi, and Miku Kanai. We're getting a Ayasakura Chichi revival. That's awesome. More Sari Poi build. Maybe they'll make the match official here afterwards, and we'll know exactly what they're doing at Sumo Hall. Could be Sari and Chichi versus Unimon and Natsupoi. I don't know.
You know what's also they are going to book from this? What? This is Ayasakura and Sakakura defending their new blood titles against Chichi and Miku Kanai for the Christmas.
Yeah,
that's the Christmas new blood.
That'll be very good. I would like that. They're the only team left, in fairness.
Yeah.
No other teams anymore.
And Aya and Kurara are on the poster. They are the only people or on the announcement tweet or something like that.
Oh right, okay.
So and this match tells me that I'm going to get Chichi versus Aya in the big match format because it would be main event, and I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Our next match is the God's Eye team of Siri, Saki Kashima, Hina, Rani Agami, and Kyoko Kotatsu taking on Mivida Loka, Suzu Suzuki, Rin Yamashita, Atsuki Aoki, Bozilla, and Akira Kuragane. I don't know. Somebody's gonna pin
Unit
somebody.
versus Unit.
Yeah, it's the least interesting match.
Bozilla's going to pin Kyoka Kotatsu. Suzuvu is going to pin Kyoka Kotatsu. Akira
Yeah,
Kurogana is going to pin Kyoka Kotatsu. Someone is going to pin Kyoka Kotatsu.
possibly.
I probably will be able to pin Kyoka Kotatsu from half over the.
You know, it's possible.
Yeah.
Our next match is the Maika return match. Maika, Shiori Ano, Sayaka Kurara, and X takes on Sayaka Matani, Natsuko Tora, Roka, and Azusa Inaba. X, I mean, I said this last time that X would probably be Xena. I would have to imagine this time it is, unless we're getting an even bigger surprise.
I don't know who could that be though.
What's Maki Ito up to these days?
Oh my god, Makito's unemployed. Isn't she in America right now?
I don't
Or
know.
Italy or something like that?
Possibly. I haven't kept up.
Okay. I'm opening Twitter. I'm typing Maki Ito.
Okay.
Okay, Maki Ito. Maki Ito is posting her House of Glory match. And
Done with Shayna
starting
Baszler.
tomorrow off to Italy Expedition.
All right.
Which was on November 24th. I don't know if she already had the match or not.
So it could be Maki Ito. That's what we're
Oh
saying.
my god, why not? Why not? I don't want her, but why would. No, nobody needs Maki Ito 2026.
I know. Sure. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's that'll be fun. Are we going with Kamatani team winning? Because Suri Ano's doing the whole they've basically set up that Ano is like, you stink. You should forfeit the title match. Actually, like you shouldn't even wrestle me at Sumo Hall. So Kamatani just like beats her like a drum the next month.
I don't know, because it's the Maika return match, so I can see Maika beating Azusa Inaba.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that makes me doubt.
Or Maika beating Ruaka or Natsuko Tora and then challenging after Aya and Kurara lose the title match in Sumo Hall. I'm challenging with the X if X is Xena. So Maika and Xena versus BMI 2000
Oh yeah,
for
that'd be cool.
for either the Korakuen anniversary or the Osaka anniversary. That would work. Like I think that would work.
That would be, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind tag belt. Maika.
I think Maika with tag belts is better, and you keep her from the red belt as well. Thanks to that.
Yeah.
So
Well, she'll probably challenge in April, but
she probably will.
yeah. Well, we'll see. We then get on to the Artists of Stardom title match. Konami, Rina, and Fukigen defend against Hanako, Waka, and Rian. I think that's a pretty easy win for Hate. I would be completely shocked if it went any other way.
Unless because of Maika return, Konami loses the this team loses the title. I don't know. Unless it's the Fallout, it's Konami crashing down and from the 2 title Konami into no title Konami.
Kind of. I think Rian and Waka though. That's a
Yeah,
weak
it's
team.
the thing is they promised Maika that they will get the belt. It's like that's the thing about the what I asked you about, that all the Hate members are retaining their titles. You can take the artists, and then if Maika challenges for the tag belts, she can fulfill the promise of her unit beating Hate and being the actual babyface army right now. But yeah, Waka. So
yeah, I think I hate when the artist belts get wrapped up in double title situations.
yeah,
And
I
Hanako
know
is
it
the future champ,
sucks.
so I
It
wouldn't want that.
sucks. But
It's
Konami
very
is also the champion.
yes, but not for long.
Yeah, true.
Which, speaking of, we have the World of Stardom Championship #1 contender match: Sai Ida versus Ami Sourei. either one can win, as we kind of lined out. They both have very good storyline reasons to go for Konami. I think it'll be Ami Sore. I think they really like Ami. I think in their eyes, she is the one to push from God's Eye, and so you can kind of really start that elevation here by having her in a white belt match at Sumo Hall that she probably wins. So
I have it 60-40, 64 Saida, 44 Amisore, basically almost
wow,
50-50. As I outlined in my like fantasy book, I'm like, you can do stuff with the white belt right now because you do not need it to draw the crowd for the Sumo Hall. You can do the revert of the workhorse and like do the thing for the loyalty for the company and loyalty of the locker room, which. Do you think Saida would have ever thought realistically that she would semi-main event Sumo Hall for the white belt
probably not.
ever in her wildest dreams? So
Definitely.
if you do that, she can basically say, "Oh, I can retire. It's fine. I've done everything I can now. It's fine." Or just be a mid-carder for next 10 years, which
Yeah, you need those.
yeah, we said that we need the Digitickers. And Momokogo is really at the end of her rope. While I really like Momokogo, I think she maybe should start thinking about that post-wrestling life.
Yeah, she probably gets an office spot or something. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah, that's one of the things that Okada said that he will do, so.
Oh yeah, that's nice. But yeah, I mean, I would like if Ida won this. I mean, she's never had a title shot, a singles title shot, as far as I'm aware, outside of the future belt and one high speed title match. So I would be very into her getting a big match at Sumo Hall. But I feel like they're gonna give it to Ami Sore, and Ami Sore and Hanan do have a lot of history, so I think you can do that as a big match
Yeah,
in like April. Well, we're making assumptions here. They're probably gonna run a big show in April, like they do.
yeah,
Um,
they
yeah,
will for sure run the big show in April. The
yeah.
big show just before the Golden Week is probably the best slot for the big show where to run it.
Yeah, no, I would agree. So I think you can do that and belt up Hannah and kind of putting her over Ami then. So that's why I would have Ami win here. But honestly, I'm into it. You know, there was a bit of a discussion last week or the week before in the Discord about like first stream versus the Sumo Hall show. And I remember saying I just cannot put it past Stardom to pull things together in a way that you can't even foresee. Like they will just it is the month of the big show, and all of a sudden they're like they remember
Yeah,
how
let's
to
go
do
the big
everything.
show. Let's do this. Let's do this shit.
It's
We are
crazy.
doing this. Let's draw 5,000 people in the
Yeah.
venue. Let's go. Let's get the pay. Let's go to the pay window. Let's everyone put together and do the big show. Yeah, that's what they do. They did that
It's
last
just
year with the Sumo Hall as well.
yeah, even Yokohama this year came together like randomly, just kind of in March, and you're just like, how do you do this every time? But yeah, they just have that ability, and that kind of Marigold doesn't yet. So I
Yeah,
think I was
it's,
right because ever since that happened, Stardom's been really kicking into life, and this
yeah.
Korakuen is one of their most exciting shows in a while. So I think we're on the upswing here. Um, but that is that for Stardom. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Let's get on then to the very little to discuss from Marigold. They announced two more matches for the first stream show that I think are very interesting. Well, one of them is very interesting. The other one is kind of whatever. So they announced a. I have to scroll to get back. So, why do people talk so much? Okay, here we are. So we have a future generation 6-woman tag. Shino, Seri, and Coco take on Kazuna Tanaka, Komomo Manami, and Yuka Yamazaki. I've never seen a more obvious split of who Rossi likes and who he kind of likes but doesn't ultimately care about, because you put the three that will for sure hold like major titles against Kazuna, who has been in limbo all year, Komomo, and Yuki Yamazaki. So very interesting match there for first stream. I quite like that. Although that does take out some of the potential white belt challengers. So I'm very intrigued there. We're kind of left with very few options.
Yeah, the the very small head on the big poster of Yuzuki is very telling about who is actually important on the card or who is not.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, man.
Yeah, I guess. But listen, that's where we're at. The other match is a Megaton challenge. It is Megaton versus popular superstar K. I'm gonna assume this is intergender comedy again, and it's gonna be Tokyo Kuroshio or whatever the hell his name is. Because I assume the letter is gonna be a hint now, like it was last time. You know, M was Minoru, so K could be Kuroshio.
That's great. Very, very happy for everyone in Ota world.
Yes. But yeah, like we have 4 matches now for first stream, so like the potential number of twin star challengers, UN challengers is getting quite small, which I think is interesting. You really are looking at somebody like SYOKO or Utami for the white belt, and then Twin Tower obviously for the tags, which I think
Utami for a white belt? You really think that it's possible for Utami to go for a white belt?
I mean, there's very few like pushed acts not booked for Yuzuki to wrestle, so you'd almost have to unless she's doing Nozaki.
So right now you have Nozaki, Utami, and SYOKO.
Yeah, because it's not going to be one of the Twin Tower crew. They're going to be in the tag.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I wouldn't see anything else. Like unless you're doing
Okay.
something insane like now Ishikawa. You know, I don't really know who else could challenge at that show.
No,
That's
maybe
available.
that's the reason why Yuzuki's head so small, because she's wrestling now Ishikawa.
Maybe she's
In
still
the opener.
She's in the center though. That's kind of important.
Small hat still. Small hat.
All right.
The size of the hat is the point.
Okay, so Megaton is actually a pushed act as well.
Yeah, she is.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't like. Look. I have not seen enough of Shoko to like think about her as a actual singles belt competitor. I've seen few Flying Penguin matches, and no,
she is different a little bit since then.
no,
She's not good.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. She seems like a Rossi project though. That's kind of her thing. But
at least it's hilarious that right now if we go with this, 6 out of, or rather 5 out of 6 singles belt competitors on this card are 30 years old or older.
wow. Remember when everybody said Rossi would only push like 20-year-olds?
Yeah, I know. That's I know. I look. I never said that. I think that's dumb and not insane. And because
that
the
man
older
would have made a 50-year-old Yoko Bito his ace if she'd let him.
yes, if she came back, she's like 44 or something right now. She would win the title on the second night back.
Yeah, he's crazy. Like
yes,
that's who he is. But yeah, it's some very interesting stuff there for first stream. There's also a push from Marigold to get Yuzuki to win the Tokyo Sports Rookie of the Year award, apparently, which I think is very intriguing. Because they know they're not going to win the women's Grand Prix. I think that's going to Saya Kamatani now. There's no way she's beating Takeshita out for the MVP, and she's kind of. I don't know if you've noticed this, but Kamatani has been talking a lot less about the Tokyo Sports.
I'm very, very glad that my absolutely on point guess half year ago about Takeshita winning the MVP is right on the money, because like of course it is, and
she had an uphill battle, but
you would have imagined that that this is not just the company thing, because the company would have been probably fine. The actual company, like New Japan Pro Wrestling, would have been fine with Saya Kamitani winning the MVP because they own Stardom. But you have to remember TV Asahi, also sexism.
Yeah, well, I feel like she had a good case when Ozawa went down, which is when the media push really started.
Yeah, when before Takeshita won the G1.
Yeah, before they probably
and then won the IWGP.
Yeah, like once you do that, you can't really make an argument for any
No.
women's wrestler. So I think that's
No.
why they stopped and quietened down. So Saya's going to win Women's Grand Prix. Sari might get like a most outstanding votes or something. I'm kind of intrigued by that. I could see Utami Aroha or Tam Saya getting match of the year votes, but they're not going to win. So realistically, Marigold's only chance of winning a award is if Yuzuki gets it.
Wait. I think that's the consolation prize, the match of the year.
Oh, for Saya?
Yeah.
Did they do Saya Tam?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
You can do Saya Tam as the match of the year. You can do Takeshita as the MVP.
Yeah.
And you can do women's MVP for Saya. So Saya gets two things, and one of those is match of the year, but actually doesn't get the MVP because she's a woman.
Yeah. Well, that would still be breaking ground because no woman's match
Yes.
ever won.
Yes, that would
the
still be
match of the
breaking
year,
ground.
so
Yes, that
yeah,
would. That
that'd be
would.
cool. So, like, as far as Marigold goes, then definitely their only chance to win is Yuzuki winning
No.
Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Hers is interesting because if that DDT guy is eligible, he's gonna sweep it. Like the Takechi or whatever his name is,
Yes.
the idol, he's gonna win it.
Takagi will come. Takagi will come very hard on the voting for him to win the rookie. If he's
Yeah.
eligible, he will win the rookie.
Yeah, like he's Yuzuki's biggest challenge. And then there's a guy in Dragon Gate called Homare who is apparently
It's
a big
Dragon
deal.
Gate. It's
That's
Dragon
what I was
Gate.
gonna say. Dragon Gate doesn't get a lot of love in the Tokyo
No.
Sports Awards. They don't seem to
They-
care
no.
to bribe anybody. So
No,
he would have
they
got
do not lobby for the awards, and they do not appear on the covers. Tokyo
Oh yeah, that's
Sports
true.
do not they do not cover Dragon Gate as hard as they do other things. If you ever listen to Open Voice Gate or anyone else who knows something more about the Dragon Gate or Japanese side of the fandom for Dragon Gate, the traditional media, which is the magazines, do not cover Dragon Gate at
Yeah.
all. Basically, they do not give them love because the Dragon Gate doesn't spend on the advertisement for the magazines, so they do not give them money.
Yeah.
They do not pay for the coverage, basically, which would you have to do, and then they don't get votes because they are not in the magazine.
Okay. That checks out. Because I was gonna say they don't really get a lot of love in these awards. So Homare probably has a better case than Yuzuki, depending on how you view him, but I don't think he would get more votes. So it really is just the DDT guy, I think, is the biggest barrier to that. On the Marigold front, they ran one show. Obviously, we didn't get to see this. That's the wrong thing. My goodness. Because yeah, they were in Nara. They had 425 fans in Nara apparently, which is pretty good. The biggest result
That's
was
the Fuka hometown. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. The biggest kind of takeaway was that Chikagoto and Manami Yuki got a win in the main event, and then they challenged for the Twin Star titles. So that kind of leads me to think that Chika and Yuki lose their challenge, and then Koki shows up and says, "Hey, I'm your real tag partner. Let's win the belts," because that's something Rossi does. I think.
Yeah.
SYOKO Koshino still undefeated as well. She won in the semi-main event with Mayu Otani and Victoria Yuzuki. So just been telling you guys, SYOKO is getting something.
That's awful. That's awful.
Undefeated, protected every step of the way.
You know what's funny? She's Shoko on the cage match.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter, but she writes it as SYOKO, and so does Marigold.
Read it as Shoko.
Yeah, kind of, but it's also all caps. So it feels like SYOKO dot. It's always SYOKO dot. So put it.
God damn it.
Yeah. But Marigold this week, they have their shows in Sapporo, as far as I'm aware. Let me just load up the website. Which I have to do on the phone because, as people know, the Marigold website does not work on computers all that well. Yeah, so they have shows in Sapporo on the 6th, and then the 10th is Shinjuku Face, but I will be able to discuss that next week. So we'll save that for next week. So Marigold True Victory 2025 on the 6th of December out in Sapporo. The early show starts with Megaton versus Gaki Nyan Cayman. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the fun match that we are all looking forward to.
Totally. I think Megaton loses. They just posted about her being winless in like 40 singles matches or something. So I guess that's her thing now. It's the losing streak gimmick. So Gaki Nian will beat Megaton. What a
Yeah,
way.
probably.
Chika Goto and Minami Yuki take on Nagisa Nozaki and Chiaki. They're probably gonna lose there because of Nozaki. She's gonna pin Yuki.
Chiaki is one of the most, rather, heels win the most time on the tours, so
Yeah.
that's what they do,
Yeah.
and that's what they have done under Rossi for more than 10 years while I've been watching him. So even Chiaki can like beat Nozaki gets the win because it's easier to do that.
Yeah. I think there's a match missing from the website, so I can't preview it. So we'll just go on to the next one, which is Mayu Iwatani, SYOKO Koshino, and Komomo Manami taking on Seri Yamaoka, Kazuna Tanaka, and Yuka Yamazaki. I think that is a win for either Mayu or SYOKO over Kazuna.
Shoko beats Kizuna.
Yeah.
I will bet that Shoko is going to get the pin again.
I think so. And then the United National Championship, Victoria Yuzuki defends against Misa Matsui. I think that is going to be a retain for Yuzuki. She's not going to lose it at this point, and definitely not in Sapporo. So she's gonna rebuff Matsui here.
Smack in the box, Misa Matsui.
Yes, yeah.
She's in Miami today, or rather tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's Sukabana.
Oh yeah, because I think Rhea is off these shows to do Skiban.
Oh, Misa's not traveling today.
I think she is, but she's going back. Rhea is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second show then, Sapporo, starts with Naoshikawa versus Gaki Nyan Kamen, which I would hope is a win for Naoshikawa. Please.
I don't think so.
Why?
Kamen is probably very much protected.
I mean, Flying Penguin lost all the time in Osaka.
But that was not Momoka Hanazono.
I guess, but
That's
that's
what I'm talking about. I think she's the actual ticket seller, like that she goes around and sells tickets.
Oh right. Well, even still, now you get one win, you get one loss. I don't think that's too bad.
Okay, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Komomo Manami takes on Megaton. So that'll be a win for Komomo. It's a rare dub, singles dub.
Yeah.
The team of Kazuna Tanaka and Yuka Yamazaki take on Nagisa Nozaki and Misa Matsui. That's another win for Nozaki.
Yep.
This is a very interesting one. SYOKO Koshino takes on Chiaki. Chiaki's they've both kind of been getting wins relatively recently.
That's basically, you were saying about Shoko challenging for the first dream, and this is basically the number one contendership match.
Yeah. Yeah, if she wins, it's spooky hours for Yuzuki, I think. So very intrigued by that one. Mikure Ono, Chikagoto, and Minami Yuki take on Mai Sakurai, Victoria Yuzuki, and Seri Yamaoka. That is a preview for Mai versus Aono. Probably a win for Mai Sakurai's team, considering Yuki is on the other side.
Yeah, makes more sense.
Yeah, and then Mayu Iwatani defends the Superfly Championship against Hummingbird. Career match for Hummingbird. Kind of has to deliver on this one, but obviously Mayu is going to retain.
Actress Girls doors are still open.
Are they?
You can. I don't know. Probably not. No, like she unmasked in that. Like she did. Like she ended her career there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she comes back and grabs the mask back or something like that.
I mean,
that would be very funny though.
I think Marigold probably needs somebody to take pins, so I wouldn't do that.
But that's my the actress girls doors are open is for Hummingbird. I mean, if it's the career match, because she will not deliver.
Oh right, okay. I see.
It's like if this is the career match, the career's over. Like I don't trust her.
That's
like
crazy.
I don't trust her.
Well, yeah, no, I don't either. So, I don't trust Mayu and Shinjuku Face.
It's Shinjuku Face.
Sorry, Sapporo.
Oh, in Sapporo. That's going to be in front of like 350 people, maybe.
Yeah. So,
Tops. And it's the double shot, so maybe not even that.
yeah.
I don't think Mayu is going to try. Why would you like bump on your
Yeah.
head in front of under 300 people? Tell
She's
me.
Mayu. That's part of her appeal.
But why would you bump on your head for Hummingbird?
Because she's owes it to Rossi, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that is the two shows this weekend. They do interest me, and they do have a Korakuen still to set up in between this and first stream. So I'd imagine we're gonna get something of substance here before the Shinjuku face show kind of kicks things up another level, because Utami is back, I think, on that face show, and that's when they're doing the twin star match with Yuki and Godo. So yeah, I was worried how Marigold would fill the few weeks to the first stream after the recent house shows, but they seem to be moving pretty well, and these shows could maybe be a kind of a step in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I am not the biggest Marigold fan. Everyone knows that. I said that I don't want to watch Stardom from 2018 ever again. This is
Yeah.
still Stardom from 2018. I would like them to do something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think the mouse band-aid is not enough.
No, I agree.
I think we both thought that something's going to change, and no.
I mean, I thought they'd be more proactive. That was always Rossi's thing. He was good at being proactive, but he decided to sign Coco instead, which is nothing against Coco, but I think
She's not signed yet, right?
no, but for
Yeah.
better, like she's pretty much signed. But it's kind of like
Okay.
signing Coco is like a middle of the pack team signing another prospect to pitch for them, like to join the bullpen. It's like you could probably do with like a win now kind of player and not another prospect in the bullpen, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay. This point reminds me of something someone else said. This is not my point because I do not watch that often to have this take.
Yeah.
And they said that they would love to see something for the near future and not something for the mid-far future.
Yeah.
So they would like to see something that's not going to pay off in 3 years, but they would like to see something that's going to pay off next year.
I getcha.
So, and I think like Yuzuki is pushing herself as far as she can go. She is working really hard. I was very hard on her, you know that. I still will never be her fan, but I can see I can like say not that I'm wrong. I will not be a fan of hers probably ever.
Yeah.
As I'm not a fan of Natsupoi. And will never be a fan of Natsupoi. That's just not my wrestler. But I think she is pushing herself really hard to do the job that she needs to do next year. But I don't think if she is enough. Because who is there? Who else is there?
Well, I guess you'd be hoping that
Utami does something.
I think they're probably hoping that Koki pans out.
Koki has not had 2 surgeries that she needs for 2 different injuries.
I know, but they're gonna, Rossi. He's a stubborn man. I think he's gonna keep hoping that
she broke her knee, got a 3 months rest, then came back and broke her shoulder.
Yeah. In fairness, that second one was just an accident. You can't really predict those.
No, yeah, I know, but that's like that. Those are 2 injuries that she did not have repaired properly, did not rest properly. She probably started training as soon as it was possible because she's a pro wrestler and they are all insane. She is not 20. She is like 27 or something like that. So this shit takes time. And she did not have enough time to fix both of those. So, like, I am not sure if you can bet on Koki. And I am the guy who was the biggest Koki cheerleader of them all. I had memes made about that. Like the Kokium. Like people were like making fun of me because they knew that Koki is going to get pushed in actress. The thing is, she was great when she started because compared to everyone else on the rookies, she stood out so much. But within a year and 3 months, she stopped developing while the rest of the roster got really good.
Mm-hmm.
Then she went to Marigold and did nothing. The only thing that I read is that she is just not as good as she was supposed as she should be for the push she's getting.
Yeah.
I don't believe her.
Well, no, I feel like Rossi. Like you
Yeah.
asked me what happens, and I said I would just think that Rossi might hope that she pays off next year. And probably Seri. He'll probably finally go all in on Seri. He's been a lot more patient with her than I expected. Like I expected year one to be Utami levels, and he's kind of been very reserved on that.
I don't think it would have worked though.
Maybe it depends on. I guess it depends, but I think he could have made it work. There was a while there where people were desperate for something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think she's really the it feels like she really is a year behind Yuzuki.
Kind of.
And it's like the experience is not that like she does the little steppies like Becky Lynch does.
Yeah.
When she set up spots. Her 619 sucks balls.
Okay.
Have you seen that? That move sucks. She should stop doing that. She should never ever do that.
General.
Yeah, I know, but even Momokogo does it better.
Kind of.
So yeah, I don't think she's going to work out yet.
Okay. Well, she might have to. Kind of like Yuzuki. I mean, Yuzuki had to because Mirai left. So I don't know. This is why I said to Dylan, like Dylan and I agreed, they really should try and sign some like veteran gatekeeper types so that it's not all on Nozaki's shoulder to like elevate people. And then you could kind of have a bigger challenging pack of people who are like kind of on the precipice of the main event scene, but not quite there. And you give them the odd white belt match or something. You know, it's
I think
Dylan said it
at
right.
least 2 or 3 more people. I think one is not enough.
No, I agree. I think they need, or just like good foreigners who they get behind. You know, like Bozilla was a really good glue piece, so that could do whatever they needed.
It's true that they don't have any foreigner this year. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I really do think they're coming. Every time I look at a card, I'm like, there is a space right there for a white woman to make this a tag match. Maybe I'm just coping, but yeah, I don't know. Dylan said it pretty well. Like a lot of the talent is there. It's just kind of closer to the bottom of the ladder in Marigold, which is their big problem. You need it kind of higher up there. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the most of the people are going to pay off in the 3 years. Yeah, as I said.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't super into the idea of Kiona being a thing, but now I'm like, they could probably use a Kiona to, for like 6 months or so, do a bunch of nostalgia stuff, give her a tag belt run, maybe challenge Utami for one of the big belts, and then go home. Like that would be fine. But
go home because her knee exploded again.
Yes, possibly. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting company to watch develop, which is why we cover it full time. You know, it's Stardom is less interesting like day to day because everybody's very good.
Which is why I could not watch it because, as I said, I am not a nostalgic person. I have zero nostalgia stuff.
I am very nostalgic. I still think Jeff Hardy rocks. So
I have seen only broken Jeff Hardy, so I don't.
That's crazy.
And I don't mean the B with capital B. I mean like physically broken.
Oh right, yeah, not the gimmick.
Yeah, because I started watching wrestling in 2016, 2015. So.
Damn, how did I watch it before you?
Because like I'm from Czech Republic.
Yeah, it
we
was not
don't
on
have
TV
wrestling
in
here.
Zelda Land. That's crazy.
No, that's like we thought that it's dumb for dumb American rednecks. Earth is like round.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong, but
yeah, like that's like we never had it on TV or anything. The only reason is because like I was a follower of Turtle Biscuit, and during his cancer thing, he was watching stuff. He was watching both Lucha Underground and NXT, and I was in I was taking antidepressants back then and was really bad. So I said, okay, let's do some binging of stuff. And I watched Lucha Underground and I watched NXT. And the first show that I watched was the Asuka debut show. So
Oh, I did not know Lucha Underground was your big intro. That's fascinating.
the big intro was free trial to NXT to
Oh well.
WWE Network.
Okay. But also
And Takeover London.
oh yeah, I stopped watching around then actually.
That's when I started. And then I watched WWE and NXT for 2 years. And then I stopped.
I see. Well, that's fascinating. Okay. Well, by the way, Jeff Hardy rocks. So
I believe
your
you.
Jeff Hardy matches out there, folks. But yeah, I'll be back next week to review the Stardom Korakuen, and obviously the Sapporo doubleheader for Marigold, and then I will be previewing the Shinjuku Face show for Marigold. Now I don't know who is on next week. It might be
Not me.
Dylan.
Not me.
It might be the return of Dylan. Just putting that out there. I don't know for sure. Or
But
it might
but
be
I'm doing a call to all the Velkej heads out there. Please subscribe and do the 5-star bit, and please do written reviews, and say that the Velkej is the best guest co-host of this era. Please,
okay.
I need to beat Peps. Please.
All right, you guys do that. But yeah, that is it for the show. I will be back next week, hopefully with Dylan. If not, maybe with Scott for Stardom, because he did show some interest in doing a Stardom thing. So you guys can look forward to that. But with that, it is time to close the show. If you want to stand, you may stand. If you want to sit, you may sit. Believe today, shine tomorrow. You decide what you believe in. Joe.
Bye.